Chapter 243, Hugestone City. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. The storage ring shimmered when Zhang Yuochen touched it. A blood pill appeared in his hands. He gave it to Han Zhu and she swallowed it. Blood pills were made from the blood of savage beasts. They contained a great amount of heat and heavy spiritual qi. You could feel its heat just holding it in your hands. Han Zhu felt like she had swallowed a flame. The blood pill penetrated into her blood and spread through her body like fire. She no longer felt cold or hungry. Zhang Yuochen smiled. Good stuff, right? Han Zhu was surprised by its magic. She nodded. Wow, absolutely. Do you regret asking people to help you bury your mother with 10 blood pills? Zhang Yuochen asked. Han Zhu shook her head. No. Good. Zhang Yuochen patted her head and clasped her petite figure in his arms. He stepped into void space in the direction of the red spider vessel. They arrived at the ship warehouse. Under Zhang Yuochen's control, the red spider vessel flew up over the vast river and left Linen County town. The red spider vessel was so enormous that it could not fit into the storage ring. Zhang Yuochen hid it beneath the river and left a mark. Then he took Han Zhu to Hugestone City, the biggest city on the Square Commandery's southern border. The red spider vessel could kill martial arts legends in the Heaven Realm. Zhang Yuochen thought it might be useful in the future. Hugestone City was only 250 kilometers away from Linen County town. It only took him 2 hours to get to the great city, without even breaking out his fastest speed. Compared to Linen County town, Hugestone City was huge. It had towering city walls and a large population. Even in winter, many warriors rode savage beasts and rushed about on the wide streets. There were nobles in gorgeous carriages, followed by crowds of servants and royal guards. There was a large income gap in this city. Rich people could obtain resources, unlock the sacred mark and practice their martial arts. Yet, even if the poor had talent, it was not easy for them to develop themselves in comparison to princes, commandery princesses, and nobility descendants. The rich got richer, while the poor got poorer. The poisonous Spider Club enjoyed a powerful influence in Square Commandery, but everyone could see that the Martial Market Bank still controlled half the economy with its banks, stores, and coliseums spread throughout every city, big and small. Wearing a metal mask and a plain white coat, Zhang Yuochen held Han Zhu's hand. They went straight to the Martial Market Bank. Zhang Yuochen assumed that the poisonous Spider Club would know about the deaths of Hu Minggong and Mu King soon. He needed to be very cautious. He had several vital and dangerous tasks to deal with, so he decided to help Han Zhu settle down first. As a medium-level commandery, the Square Commandery was 10 times more powerful than the Yunwu Commandery. Even if the other 8 commanderies of the 9 western prefectures joined forces, they could not defeat Square Commandery. The national strength of a commandery was decided by the number of superiors living within it. There were only a dozen Heaven Realm warriors in Yunwu Commandery. According to the Martial Market Bank statistics, there were 132 warriors at the Heaven Realm in Square Commandery. In terms of national power, an inferior commandery could not compare at all. The top city in the southern border of Square Commandery, Hugestone City, had a population of more than 1 million. Naturally, there were many martial arts masters living here. Arriving at the Martial Market Bank, Zhang Yuochen took out his School of the Martial Market internal student token. The royal guards outside the gate immediately knelt to salute him and rushed into the bank to report to the deacon of the bank. The deacon of the Martial Market Bank in Hugestone City was an elder at the completion of the Earth Realm named Zhao Jing. After examining Zhang Yuochen's token, he invited him into a warm room and ordered the maid to serve them some hot tea. As a student of the School of the Martial Market, he enjoyed special treatment. An internal student could benefit in any branch of the Martial Market Bank and even extract a certain amount of coins for expenses. Treatment for internal students was as follows: free meals and accommodation in the Martial Market Bank restaurants, half-price concessions for purchasing practice resources in the Martial Market Bank stores and VIP seats in the Coliseum of the Martial Market. Zhao Jing smiled. I was once an Outer Palace student at the School of the Martial Market. Unfortunately, I was not talented enough to enter the internal academy, so I work as a deacon in Hugestone City. It's embarrassing, junior fellow apprentice Jiang. He hadn't reached the Earth realm before turning 30. He wasn't qualified to practice in the internal academy. It was his lifelong regret. Zhao Jing had attained the initial stage of the Earth realm at the age of 35. Now, he was 80 years old, and with his present cultivation at the completion of the Earth realm, breaking into the Heaven realm was nearly hopeless. Zhang Yuochen smiled. Actually, I've come here to ask for your help, elder brother Zhao. The appellation of junior fellow apprentice and elder brother brought the two of them much closer. We work for the Martial Market Bank, Zhao Jing said with a smile. Don't be so polite. If you need any help, just tell me. I'll do it immediately. Zhang Yuochen pointed to Han Zhu. Please send someone to escort her to the Devil Martial City and hand her over to a student at the Internal Academy named Duan Mook Singerling. Just tell her that the girl is Chen Yuo's disciple. Then, ask Duan Mook Singerling to take care of her for a while. Zhang Yuochen had thought it over carefully. He had decided to ask Duan Mook Singerling to look after Han Zhu instead of Huang Yanjun. Han Zhu was submerged with anguish from losing both her parents. Duan Mook Singerling had an excellent character. Maybe she could help Han Zhu to overcome her sorrow and pain and dissolve her dark childhood from her mind. Besides, Zhang Yuochen was sure that Blackie would be playing with her. Blackie's background was a mystery, but it was very proficient in many things. Not only could it embattle, it could also refine pills and weapons. He assumed Blackie would discover that Han Zhu had 1,000 bones physical quality and teach her some techniques. He hoped Blackie could help build a foundation for her future. Zhao Jing shivered when he heard the name Chen Yuo. He fixed his eyes on Zhang Yuochen with honor and agreed hurriedly. Piece of cake. I'm going to send a batch of spiritual crystals to Devil Martial City today. We can bring her along. Thanks for your help, elder brother Zhao. Zhang Yuochen made a bow with his hands folded in front. Warriors often deposited their silver coins and spiritual crystals in various branches of the Martial Market Bank. When it reached a certain amount, the Martial Market Bank would dispatch a master to escort the silver coins and spiritual crystals to its headquarters in Devil Martial City. External and internal students of School of the Martial Market frequently took the escort mission, and in reward, they received merits. After sending Han Zhu away, Zhang Yuochen hinted to Zhao Jing with his eyes. Zhao Jing got it and immediately led Zhang Yuochen into a secret room. He dismissed all the royal guards and servants. With a serious look, Zhao Jing saluted Zhang Yuochen. Your Excellency, please accept my apology. Zhang Yuochen nodded. Don't be so polite, elder brother Zhao. Zhao Jing shook his head and smiled bitterly. Please forgive me for not knowing about your status and claiming to be your elder brother. I really feel ashamed of how impolite I've been recently. It was known to all that Zhang Yuochen was the secret disciple of the silver-gowned elder hall master. Zhao Jing was only a deacon. How dare he offend Master Lei's secret disciple? Zhang Yuochen smiled. Since you were a student at the School of the Martial Market and also my predecessor, I shall call you elder brother Zhao. Zhang Yuochen was a pleasant person. He did this to allow Zhao Jing to feel closer to him. Zhao Jing smiled. You are worthy of being Master Lei's secret disciple. I admire you very much. You have some important matters to take care of in Hugestone City, right? Zhang Yuochen nodded. Since you are the deacon of Hugestone City, I think you are very familiar with Square Commandery. Have you ever heard of a man called the Army Guarding Marquis? The Army Guarding Marquis. Zhao Jing was surprised. Puo Yundu is the Army Guarding Marquis. He is one of the members of Square Commandery and the younger brother of the Square Commandery Prince. Puo Yundu is an influential man. His martial cultivation has reached the Heaven realm, and over 300,000 troops on the southern border are also in his command. Did he offend you? Should we report it to the Martial Market Bank and ask the manager to take care of him? Puo Yundu was quite arrogant to annoy Master Lei's secret disciple. Did he want to die? Even if he was a martial arts legend of the Heaven realm, so what? Master Lei could give an order and have Puo Yundu killed immediately, if he wanted. Zhang Yuochen shook his head. Let's not kill Puo Yundu at the moment. I have something to investigate. I have one more thing to ask you. Is there a black market in Hugestone City? Where is it? I need to go there. Zhao Jin counseled. The black market in Hugestone City is powerful. especially the poisonous Spider Club. Even the Marshall Market Bank is under its suppression. The principal of the poisonous Spider Club in Hugestone City is Mew King. He is a strong warrior of the Heaven Realm and controls a red spider vessel. He is referred to as the head of Black Market in Hugestone City. Unless it's necessary, you'd better not venture into the black market. Zhang Yuochen smiled. If I didn't have important things to deal with, I wouldn't go there. I have a sense of propriety. Please tell me the location, elder brother Zhao. Zhao Jing knew that as Master Lei's secret disciple, Zhang Ruojin possessed a powerful strength to save his life. As long as he didn't bump into Mew King, he wouldn't encounter any danger. He stopped trying to persuade him. Zhao Jing didn't just disclose the location of the black market to Zhang Ruochen, he also sent a warrior from the Marshall Market Bank as a guide to take him to the black market. Without guidance, it was very dangerous for a stranger to walk into the black market alone.